As a young man, you look at your day-to-day self, you see potential, you know you could do more, you know you could be more, but you think to yourself, maybe another day. Maybe when I feel a little bit more motivated or I see that really cool YouTube video, maybe then that will light that fire in my belly. But for now, I guess I'll just sit on my couch, mindlessly scroll away, maybe turn on my PC, play some sweet video games, maybe turn on my favorite prawn site after. Hey, at least on there I can feel confident, I can feel powerful. At least on there I can be with any type of woman I want and for the next 10 minutes feel like I'm the man. And so you enjoy your little fantasy, you think to yourself, tomorrow I promise I'll do better. And then you're in this endless little loop daydreaming about what life could be like if someone just showed you the necessary steps, the steps that will actually build you as a man. And so what are those steps? Well, let's get into it. Number 1, outgrow your friends. I know that sounds a little funny, but hey, literally make it a goal to outgrow your inner circle. I was just talking about this with one of my best friends, Ty, just a couple hours ago. He came over and we were literally talking about how, hey, I feel like I'm going to a whole new level now, you know, as far as self-improvement goes and the direction for my life. And hey, I need you guys to jump up to my level. I need you guys on the same tier, the same bracket. And so the goal with outgrowing your friends isn't necessarily to leave them behind, it's just to set a new standard. And if you set that new standard, if your friends are real friends, they'll acclimate with you, they'll adjust with you, and all of you guys will be able to grow. Which leads me to number 2. You have to decide to be all in. When it comes to self-improvement, when it comes to progressing in life, you can't have one foot in and you can't have one foot out. You can't be reading a couple books every night, maybe 10 pages, but then spending the other half, the other couple hours playing video games, watching prawn, mindlessly swiping away on TikTok. If you have one foot in, one foot out, you're always gonna revert back to your more convenient ways, the ways that are more comfortable for you. When you decide to go all in, it's like me and my friends when we go out and do a cold plunge into our community pool. You gotta just dive into the deep end. You can't mess around, dip your toe in, kind of feel around. No, you either decide to do it or you don't. There's no dabbling. As a young man, you want to maximize. So if you don't dive fully in, you'll never reach your full potential. You'll never be able to optimize to your full capacity. Number 3, contribute. Now, obviously, if you're a young guy, you're a teenager, you're still living at home, you're still living under your parents' roof, you need to be contributing. You need to be paying rent. You need to take on some responsibility. Or if you don't have any of those things, if you don't have a job or anything like that, you're still in school, then you got to figure out some way that you can help around the house. You want to show parents that you mean business, you want them to take you serious, start helping out, start contributing. Constantly take out the trash. Make sure your room is absolutely spotless. If your parents tell you to take out the trash, clean your room, whatever they ask, just do it. No questions asked. Especially if you don't have to pay a dime for living there. Contributing and helping out around your house, this is gonna set you up for life and teach you how to be a more responsible, independent, self-sufficient man. Which leads me into number 4, which is honor your parents. Now in the Bible, this is the only commandment that literally has a promise attached to it. It basically says that if you honor your parents, you're gonna have a long, prosperous life. Trust me, my young brothers, the more that you honor your parents and you abide by their rules, the more you choose to not disrespect them, the more fruitful your life will be, the more favor you will attain. And kind of like I mentioned, the more honor that you give them, the more love they will give to you. And if you want them to take your dreams serious, your goals serious, if you want them to take you serious as a man and you want their support, make sure that you're going back to number 3, contributing to the house, and that you're honoring them above all else. Even if you don't agree with your parents on everything, it doesn't matter. You are living under their household. You show that respect, you show that honor, especially when you're in public. The main thing you want to do, guys, this is key right here. You want to make your parents look good. If you're in a conversation with other people and your parents are right there, talk your parents up constantly. I promise this will bless you in the future. Number 5, be okay with failing. If you're not failing, if you're just kind of stagnant in life, then that's proof that you're not trying. You're not putting yourself out there. A lot of people think that failure is the opposite of success, but it's not. It's just the road to success. Anybody who's ever achieved something amazing in their life or became somebody of importance, it's because they just kept failing along the way. But they would learn from those failures and constantly learn how to readjust. But hey, always remember this, that losers always quit when they fail, but winners fail until they succeed. Number 6, plan ahead. Now we've always been told that, hey, life's short. You could end up getting hit by a bus tomorrow, so just live in the moment and just enjoy yourself, man. Don't take life that serious. F that, bro. I want to take my life serious. I got a lot of goals, a lot of future plans. I want to live a nice life. I want to build up my little empire, my little family. And the best time to do that is now, while I'm young. I don't want to do it when I'm old and tired and kind of like withering away. So plan ahead. Think about where you want to be at 6 months from now, a year from now. Get kind of like cheesy with it, like I say here on this channel. Like actually grab your journal, write down, the exact blueprint and layout of, what goals you want to hit, what's the steps necessary to get there. Put up a dream board in your house, in your room. Make sure that you're visually seeing your success before it even happens. My mindset has always been, hey, if you believe it, you become it. Number 7, remove yourself from negative environments. Now, we've always heard the term, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. But I also think it's the same as, hey, you're the average of the 5 authors that you read, the 5 YouTubers that you watch, all the people that you're tuning into. This is why it's so important to be aware of even like the music that you're listening to. Everything that we, media is constantly smothering in our faces, and all the stuff that we're constantly flooding our minds with, it's degenerate. It's just so negative. Even all the TV shows that we watch, even all the stuff that we're just scrolling and watching on TikTok. 98% of the time, everything that we are consuming is negative. Whether it's negative people, negative media, negative music, whatever the case, you got to get rid of it. You got to immerse yourself into a more positive environment. You got to get around more positive people that are higher than you. You got to listen and tune into media and content that's actually going to lift you up and take you to that next level. I mean, your life literally depends on it. Number 8, create values and stick to them. These days, it's a free-for-all, right? Everybody's just doing it whatever they want. They're doing it whenever they want. They got no values. They got no standard. Like, it's literally cool these days to be stupid. It's literally cool to be degenerate and go out and just do dumb stuff. Like, that's a cool thing to do here in the West. And I just don't get it, man. I don't get why we've lost our core values. We've lost direction. We've become a godless country. We lack tradition. We're literally flirting with the enemy, bro. So I'm calling out to you guys. I'm calling up to the next generation right now. Let's turn things around. Let's make family cool again. Let's make being a husband cool again. Being a good brother, a good son, spouse, whatever, dude. Like, let's make that stuff cool again. It used to be. It had been for thousands of years, just up until like the last 20, 30. And now we're sitting here wondering why divorce is at an all-time high. We're wondering why 70% of all criminals all come from fatherless homes. It's just a complete mess. So hey, it's literally up to you, my young brothers, to change things up, to set a new standard and break the chains. Which kind of leads me into number 9, which is just take life serious. This is like the only time I'll agree with the motto YOLO, right? You only live once. Hey, you do, bro. You only live once. You're only young once. Like, bro, take advantage of this time of your youth. While all your other friends and all the other kids in school are just wasting away their youth, you could be taking this time where you have the most energy you'll ever have. And you could be channeling all that into your future, into a business, into a family. You could be setting up for yourself an amazing lifestyle within a handful of years. And while all your friends are 30, 35 years old, still living at home, still trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna do now, you're set up, you're good. You got your family, you got your kids, you got your time freedom, and everybody else is just a complete mess. Number 10, make joy your job. The reason why so many people these days, they have such a hard time being joyful, being happy, is because it's so easy for them to get offended. So what I want you to do is literally make it hard, make it difficult to even be offended. Think of it like this, like if someone was literally paying you to be happy, to be joyful, how would you live your life? What are some of the things that you would say? What would your conversations sound like if you were literally getting paid to be joyful? Number 11, create layers of accountability. This one right here is so important. For those of you guys who are dealing with addictions, temptations, the best way to overcome those things, to conquer them, is to expose them. The more you try to hide your sin, the more it just keeps growing. It grows in the shadows. But the second you shine light on it, the second you expose it, it starts to wither away. It's like me, say, in the Discord, right? I grew up, I had a 16-year prawn addiction, but the more I exposed it, the more I told my wife about it, my parents about it, and then I started telling the guys in the Discord about it, which is, there's like 4,000 guys in there right now, and the more I constantly give updates, like, hey, this is month 5 that I'm, sober, I haven't watched any prawn whatsoever, the more I do that, the more layers of accountability I have. And the fact that I keep exposing it to all these people all the time, even you watching this right now, It's like, I can't go back now. What if I did go back? What if I did go back into my old ways? I would look like a fool. And so I have that in the back of my head, which altogether makes me want to just stay on the right path. Number 12, take full responsibility for your life. I don't think I need to go too much into detail like this, but hey, you as a young man, if you want to truly embrace your masculinity, if you want to rise up and reach your topmost potential, and you want to optimize, maximize, you got to first step zero pretty much is just take responsibility for everything in your life. The more you blame other people for, this is the reason why I am what I am, the more you blame the governments, the president for why I'm in the position that I'm in, you're just holding yourself back. You're giving yourself excuses of why you can't change. So instead of looking at all the reasons why you can't because of this person or that guy, look at all the reasons why you can and look forward, which is number 13, look forward. Too many of us are looking hindsight, looking back in the rearview mirror, spending all this time in the past when we should be just looking forward, looking at what's ahead, what's to come, having vision, creating that focus. Regrets, all they're gonna do is just hold you back. Pain that you dealt with, trauma that you dealt with, I get it, it's rough. We've all faced our own traumas in our lives, but there has to come to a point where you look forward. You gotta have what the Bible says. You gotta have a renewing of the mind. God is a God of newness. He wants to make you new again. He wants to bring you into the promised land. But you can't accept those promises. You can't accept those blessings if you always have one foot in the past. Number 14, disobey your ego. I heard this from Hamza the other day and I thought it was pretty powerful. But hey, if you got a big ego, if you're constantly walking around like you're the man when literally you're only a teenager, this will actually be your downfall. And this is what's gonna cause you to become very stagnant and you'll actually regress. In the Bible, it actually says that there's 6 things that God hates, 7 that are an abomination. And the first one is a haughty look, meaning that cockiness, having that big giant ego. Humility will take you a long way, my brothers, and it's actually gonna set you up for manhood. You wanna have a healthy marriage? You want your wife to respect you? You want your kids to respect you? Humility will take you all the way to the top. Which leads me into number 15. Become a little less wrong every single day. See, the goal in life isn't to become right, because the second that you think you're 100% right about a certain situation or particular thing, you cap yourself off from any more growth. But if you become a little less wrong every single day, now you always have room to grow. And that's also what's gonna help you stay humble. Number 16, stay cool, calm, and collected. Men these days, bro, they're still children, they're still little boys. Anytime they get mad, they get frustrated, they react, they attack, right? This is why marriages fail, because everybody's just constantly attacking each other opposed to attacking the problem. This is why you'll see men who are doing 16 to life in prison because of one stupid, irrational decision that they made based off of their feelings in that moment, rather than actually thinking things out. They reacted instead of responded. And so, hey, look, if you can stay cool, calm, and collected, whether you're in a disagreement, an argument, whatever the case it is, if you can stay chill and you can actually think things through, think before you speak, you're gonna save yourself a lot of headache, my brothers. Number 17, be content, not complacent. There's a huge difference between the two. Content means I'm cool with where I'm at, but I still have a need, a desire to do more. But if you're complacent, you're stagnant. You lack a need to want to do more. You're cool with where you're at, and that's about it. There's no more progression. There's no more growth. Number 18, refrain from social media. The problem with social media these days, especially TikTok, is that we're not living in the moment anymore. We're trying to swipe, watch that next funny video, get that next hit of dopamine. We've all become like freaking drug addicts, bro. Literally, people don't even know what to do anymore if they don't have their phones. Go out right now, go outside of your house, look all around you. I guarantee you 99% of all the people you see out there are on their phones. You even see couples on dates swiping like this, not even conversing, not even talking with each other. At the end of your life, what are you gonna do when you're on your deathbed? You're gonna look back and just remember all those moments that you were on your phone, you're on your computer, you were swiping away, watching funny videos. Nah, man, get rid of the phone. Get rid of the social media if you can and become more present. If someone's talking to you, be in that conversation. Don't ever have them catch you swiping on your phone, diversifying your focus and attention. This is the most rudest and degenerate thing you can do, and people will look at you like a complete weasel. Number 19, adopt the death ground strategy. What the death ground strategy is basically when an army is cornered, they got their backs up against the wall, they got no other options, they got no way out besides just facing their enemy and just attacking them head on, going all out with a bang. And that's how you gotta live your life. You gotta live your life like your back's up against the wall, you got no other options, and you got nothing left to do besides just fight. Give it your all. Give it your last shot. See, death can always be a man's greatest motivator. In fact, a man is always his best self the closer he is to death. Think about the soldiers of old. Men back then, the reason why they stuck to tradition, the reason why they were a little bit more focused than the men we have today is because they were always out in war. They were always out battling. They were literally moments away from death, fighting for their lives, fighting just to live another night, trying to get back home to their family. And so we need to adopt this same mindset and have a sense of urgency about our lives. Number 20, buy your mentor's program. Now, I try to come up with a lot of different ways of making it seem like I'm not trying to sell you my new program, but I'm trying to sell you my new program. It's called the Masculine Masterclass. I know, but look, besides all that, I'm not saying you have to buy my program or anything like that, but when you find a mentor online, when you find someone that you can trust and that you value their input, their information, dude, buy their program. I've done this myself. I've bought 4 different programs over the last couple years. I probably should have bought more. But what happens is when you actually buy this program, you immerse yourself into it because you know you actually paid for it. See, if you always just receive free information, you're not gonna take it as serious as the thing that you actually spent your hard-earned money on. When you actually spend money on something, you're gonna take that one thing very serious and you're gonna dissect it. You're gonna take every little note and you're really gonna apply that thing to your life. So hey, look, the next time you feel like buying a pair of Nike shoes for 139 bucks, or you feel like buying yourself a new skateboard and a new designer jacket, hey, just this one time, take that money and instead put it into something that's actually gonna give you value and build you up as a man. Number 21, practice masculine body language. Channeling that energy deep from within your nuts, what this will do for you is create a strong presence. If you don't know how to embrace your sexual masculine energy as a man in an effective way, people are gonna see right through you, and it's gonna affect the way that they view you, that they see you, that they respect you. And even more importantly than that, it's going to be the determining factor on a woman's level of attraction towards you. So hey, look, I have a 30-minute video on this topic in my Masculine Masterclass. I go into deep detail on how to present yourself, hold yourself, how to walk, how to literally talk. So if you wanna check that out, I'll link it down below. Number 22, turn up the volume 1 notch. Now, what I mean by that, I'm a very shy guy. I'm actually pretty introverted. If you met me in real life, you'd probably be very surprised of how introverted I really am. If I'm conversing with somebody and say I want to say a joke or say something funny, I kind of say down low, because I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, what if the joke doesn't land? What if it's not that funny and nobody laughs? So I really struggle with this, just being honest, just being open with you guys. So I have to constantly remind myself to just turn that volume up just 1 little notch. You don't need to overdo it. You don't want to be obnoxious or overbearing. Your main goal with this is just to be a little bit louder so that way you show some authority. Number 23, get into great shape. Not just good shape, but great shape. You're young right now, bro. If you can't get it right now, it's gonna be a lot more harder to get it right in the future when your metabolism starts to slow down, when you start to become a little older. So you really wanna lay down that foundation right now and then just kind of be able to maintain it for the rest of your life. Create good eating habits, gym habits, stick to a routine, and make healthy living a lifestyle. Number 24, make good decisions. Kind of self-explanatory. Hey, if you want to set yourself up for a beautiful life, set yourself up for some major success, just make good decisions. Hey, look, this video, it's not going to set you free. The author of your favorite self-improvement book is not going to set you free. Your favorite music artist won't set you free. Your favorite movie, not even my program is going to set you free. But what will set you free is your decisions, your choices. Every little thing that you choose to do, it matters, and it will have an effect on your future self. A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So constantly have your eyes on other people. Save yourself time and try to learn from their mistakes, opposed to learning from your own, trying to learn the hard way. And number 25, stop rooting against yourself. Be your biggest fan, bro. Speak positive affirmations. Hey, look, when you constantly talk down on yourself, talk negatively about yourself, when you put labels on yourself, you limit yourself. You believe it, you become it. The quality of your self-talk determines the quality of your life. Your life will literally acclimate to whatever you believe about you. I mean, you wouldn't allow somebody else to talk to you the way that you talk to you, right? So hey, don't feed yourself that negative energy. That said, hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you want to check out this video right here, it'll absolutely change your life, take you to that next level as a man, and I'll see you next time. Peace always.